Hi everybody, we have a fun story to tell you today.
Well, I want to tell you, I wanted to share a little bit of background information that might help with the understanding of the story. So, as most of you know, we're serving a 2-year humanitarian mission here in Serbia. Well, we're actually called to the Adriatic North mission. And what that encompasses, it includes 5 countries: Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, and Montenegro. Did I get them? Did I get all 5? Okay. So those 5 countries make up the Adriatic North mission. Now, we're assigned to Serbia. However, if we have a just cause, or if we have a good reason to travel to one of those 5 countries, and with the permission of our mission president, we can go there. And so last week we were in Montenegro, and what that was is we had a seniors mission conference. So all the senior couples in these 5 countries got together in Montenegro to spend 3 or 4 days together to relax, have some fun, get some uplifting messages, and learn how some techniques on how to get along with your
yeah, they had classes on
your
that.
companion.
What to do if you're not getting along with your companion.
Yeah. And you know, just some fun, uplifting things. And so we were in Montenegro last week for that reason. So now that's why we were in Montenegro and not Serbia.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Now it's your turn.
I have a friend from back in Utah who's living abroad, but she sent me a text message and said that she has a friend who is
Her next door neighbor.
her next door neighbor who is also living abroad, who is from Serbia. And they are coming back. They were coming back here to visit their family.
They were in Belgrade for a few days and wanted to know if we could go visit and meet
and
up
I'm
with
like,
them.
I'm sorry, we're in Montenegro. We're not even home. So I figured that we would probably not get to run into them. Anyway, we're on our way home from Montenegro, and Chad's looking at the map, and he's like, okay, we're about 3 hours from Chachak. He likes to say Chachak.
I like saying Chachak.
3 hours from Chachak, and my mind's going blah 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 blah. Oh, that's where her friend is. So we got texting back and forth, and
with Glenda.
Yeah, with Glenda, and she arranged with her friend. She put us all on a group
so
text.
We got into a group text.
How we were going to run into her friend in Chachak. Chachak.
And through amazing technology, we were able to get Ivana's address, and we were able to make these arrangements all within probably an hour of realizing that, okay, her friend is in Chachak, we're coming up on there, we're an hour away. Glenda, what's her address? Ivana, where do you live? How can we, where can we meet you? Do we want to meet at a restaurant? Do we want to meet at a park? Now let's just meet at Ivana's mom's home. And so we drove right up to it. They dropped us a pin and we drove right to it.
Well, I didn't even see this until later, but she had texted us, I'll be outside, I'm in a red shirt, and anyway, we pulled up and she's out on the street just waving us, and it was just really, really cute.
You want me to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't take the social cues very You have to be a little bit more specific.
Chad's a better storyteller than
Well, I don't know. So, they invite us in. She introduces us to her husband, Nemanja. Just a wonderful little family. And so, and her mom's there. And they invite us to sit down. We're outside. The weather's perfect. And it's just a beautiful little yard. And we introduce ourselves and explain a little bit about why we're in Serbia and who we are and how we know Glenda. and Scott, Glenda and Scott, and so, and then they tell us a little bit about themselves, and then her mom comes out with a little jar of jam. They were figs, sweet figs, and a glass of water and things, and
two spoons, and this is tradition to offer your guests this when they arrive. And you don't sit there and eat the whole jar of jam. You just take the...
you could do, but...
yeah, but you'd need a lot of spoons because you just share it. You just take a spoon and you get you a fig or whatever's sweet in it. And then they've got a glass of water there for you. And when you're done, you just put your spoon there in the water or set it down. And that's just a greeting. It's just sweet greeting.
Yep. And so... we sit there and visit for 20-30 minutes, and then her mom comes out and asks Ivana, because she doesn't speak any English, her mom. And yes, we would love to stay and have a bite to eat. And so
well, from the time that they knew we were coming, I think that mom was just mom
was preparing.
Ivana were preparing food for us.
So they invite us into the
on the patio,
onto the patio
porch.
So we moved from the lawn furniture up onto the porch, and had a wonderful bowl of soup to start with.
It's like a dumpling. It was like a dumpling type of a soup.
Chicken dumpling soup. Again, very tasty and warm and just inviting, and then came the next, the baked chicken and
then the salad, some tomatoes and some cheese
and
then some chicken, a little fried chicken, and 2 or 3 different types of bread that we ate with
she had some
the chicken.
Different bread. She brought out a little basket full of bread.
And homemade cherry juice.
Yeah, yep.
And then
sour cherry juice, and that was wonderful.
And then they had, what were the little pies?
Well, it was...
Ivana made the pie. She said she learned really young how to make the crust for these pies, which is just paper thin, folded.
And then they wrapped in a... it was a plum that they had wrapped in that
delicious
bread. And so we had a little bit of everything: the sweet, the soup, the meat, the salad, the cheese, tomatoes, and then the pastry there at the end. But the best part of the whole thing was just the conversation and the instant friendship that we made with them, and they told us their story, and it was kind of a romantic and fun story how they grew up in the very same neighborhood there in Chachak. They didn't marry sweetheart, as they kind of both went their separate ways for many years, and then they came back and met as kind of a family reunion,
and now they work abroad, but they were just back visiting Grandma.
Yeah, and it was just a delight. I mean, and what it really brought home to me was how small this world is. Because I made the comment, I said, what are the odds of 2 Americans living in Serbia temporarily for a couple of years, and just driving randomly into Chachak, going down a street and stopping in front of a home, going and inviting ourselves in to say hello and be treated to a traditional Serbian greeting and dinner and conversation for a couple of hours. And we look at each other, no, that probably wouldn't just happen. But because of a common friend that we had, that introduced us to each other, and Glenda was telling us, how wonderful this couple is, and I'm sure that she told Yvonne and her husband, you know, what a wonderful couple we were.
And then we get together and say what a wonderful couple Glenda and Scott are. And it's just like, I don't know, I can't express it to you. The feeling, just the warmth and the goodness of people, and it just reassures or reaffirms in my mind how good people are. And stop listening to the news. There are so many good people all over this world, and we can be friends with them.
Yeah, and what I take away from this here is that you can look at anybody on the street, you know, or whoever, and they have the exact same worries and concerns and anxieties that we have. And they want the same things that we want, and that's just joy and happiness in their life. All they want to do is really be content, be happy, and enjoy what they're doing. And that's what we all want, but we all have the same things that we have to work through. Yeah. So
well, I don't know if this story came across like we wanted it to, but I hope that it did. I hope that you enjoyed it.
And, well, and it's fun to know and realize that if you talk to somebody long enough, a complete stranger, you're going to find some commonality. You're going to find some things that you really like and enjoy about each other, because everybody has a story. Everybody has a story about themselves that's worth listening to.
Yep.
So
we love it here.
Yeah,
we could not be happier serving here.
Well, and you know, again, we have this wonderful opportunity to work and serve and help, but we also have a big opportunity to enjoy ourselves, to explore, to look, you know, to visit and appreciate the culture and grow in learning and seeing how and what other people have grown up with as their landmarks, as their historical and points of interest.
That Nemanja said was to embrace it. He said he's been around the world, and some people, you know, well, I'm homesick.
I'm homesick. I miss this or I miss that.
He says, no, the happy people, just embrace it.
Embrace where you're at and what you're doing, and figure out what makes people there happy and enjoy it as well.
So we will.
Yeah, we have another video coming up about our trip to Montenegro, which was a lot of fun and very relaxing, and so that'll be coming soon.
In a couple of weeks.
So anyway,
you guys have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.